Solis.
Yeah. I put some for the city there, too.
Yeah, yeah. But the ones that impressed me, I guess you can guess which ones that really impressed me. And now I realize why some of my colleagues, like Manny Flores, the Commerce Commission and the Labor, that, yeah, they're both in the hundreds. And I'd be very interested in those two, unless you have other ones.
No, I don't. You know who was on the Commerce Commission until recently was Miguel de Valle.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, he was probably removed by Brown, but he was appointed by
Quinn.
Quinn.
And then I saw that presently it's John Rosales, and he probably got appointed by Rauner because of his ex-wife, Arabelle.
Well, he was first appointed in March of 11, and Quinn was the governor at the time.
Yeah. Well, he probably can go with both sides, with his relationships with Democrats, and then Arabelle's relationship with Rauner.
Arabelle,
Rosales, his ex-wife.
and she's connected to Rauner?
She is. Oh, you didn't know that?
No, I don't. What's the background on John Rosales?
He used to be an executive for Coca-Cola.
Yeah, so,
And he retired from there, and I think this is what he's doing now.
I'm just looking at the expiration of the term. So Rosales is there until
Till 2/19.
January 19.
Now what happens, let's say I'd be interested in that, but I'm not going to be available for a year to 2 years.
You could let them just sit there. You know, they sit until they're replaced.
Mm-hmm.
That's the basic rule.
Mm-hmm.
So you just don't do anything when the guy stays there. If you're courteous, somebody tells him, you're not going to hang on. Eventually you're going to be gone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's how I would. Well, and you said the Commerce Commission
And labor.
Labor relations.
They're both very generous in their compensation.
Yeah.
But here's...
You know this guy? Bob Garrett?
No.
See, I got him at that point.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good guy. He's an 11th Ward precinct captain.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he started out, maybe his father was an 11th Ward precinct captain, west of Ashland Avenue in an old European type neighborhood. And then there was a change, and he was a precinct captain in a Chinese precinct when Ma defeated Acevedo.
And who did he work for?
He was working for Acevedo.
I'm surprised he didn't do very well.
Right, yeah. Now they gave him a precinct in University Village, that area from Roosevelt to 18th, west of Hall District.
It's a better precinct, but it's a lot of yuppies.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said he bumps into a lot of famous people.
Yeah.
Athletes and whatever.
The manager of the Chicago White Sox used to live there. The guy that's married to the TV anchor on Channel 5, I think. He used to live there. He moved out. One time I was nearby and some kid sees him and said, you guys suck. I like the Cubs better. And he wanted to say something to the kid. He just walked away.
This guy's got 2 challenged children.
Oh.
They're institutionalized, right? And he worked at the CTA for like 25 or 30 years in personnel management, collective bargaining. And this is where Quinn, at the beginning, wanted to appoint one of Jerry Joyce's sons. Remember Jeremiah Joyce?
Yeah.
So one of his sons is a little goofy for boxing, and he married...
Pickles.
Yeah.
He married Muhammad's daughter.
Yeah. They tried to appoint him
Uh-huh.
as a member of this board, and it came out that it was documented that he used some racial slur with a police officer or something like that. And it was reported, and so Quinn had to back off. And I remember I talked to Jerry Sturmer.
Mm-hmm.
I said, why? I got a guy that's got the real credentials here.
It sounds like it, yeah.
Right. So that's how Bob got on. He just got reappointed. I think Tony Munoz took care of him. Because, you see, He went on in 11. Quinn was the governor in 11. That's when he went on. But now he just got a renewal of the term because it's going to run until 21.
Wow.
Yeah.
No.
So I think that Tony, I saw
That's
that the
that's
term was
10 years.
expiring, and he didn't come to see me. But then he got it. So I figured, they probably want the Tony Munoz. Because Tony Munoz is the chair of the committee that votes yes or no on these appointments. There's a lot of deals that go on.
So what would happen if you recommended me?
This board?
Yeah.
See, I would go to Pritzker. That's what I would do.
Okay, okay.
So you'd come in as Pritzker's recommendation.
Okay.
Now, you know Munoz.
Well, he...
Depending on the floor, he's going to go run.
Yeah. He and Marty also. More so.
Sandoval?
More so.
Oh, all right.
Well, here's what I want to tell you, Mike. I've helped you in the past. I'm going to continue to help you. I've got Kurt Bailey, Colin Kincaid, Lend-Lease, Related, Post Office. There's a lot of good stuff happening in my ward. And you've been very good to me, and I'm going to help you.
Don't worry about it.
Okay?
These are the two things you're interested
Yes.
in. Okay, fine.
Yes.
Just leave it in my hands.
Okay, and then Harry, he'll be here in a couple of weeks. In the second or third week, he'll be here. And I talked to him. He's looking forward to meeting you.
Good. Yeah, I talked to Amanda. She gave me the
Okay.
Right.
If anything else you're interested, just let me know.
There's one thing you can do.
Okay.
You got Andrew a meeting with, is it?
The Resurrection Project, yes.
And after the meeting, Andrew tried to follow up.
We had it in my office, yeah.
Never got return calls.
I'll talk to him.
Just ask him, give Andrew something. Give him a chance to show what he can do, right? Because, if you have a business, you have different lines of insurance. You can give this and that. That's how Andrew would get his foot in the door with people. Give me something, I'll show you what I can do.
I have helped him in the past. I helped him with Guy Don in Monterey. But I'll help him with this. This one, I don't know if you know Raul Raimundo, but if the ask is give him a chance to show what you can do, I think he's open to that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll just leave this in my hands.
All right. And it doesn't matter if it's 2 years from now, because I want to do at least two years
Okay.
at City Council. Okay. All right.
Let me get this straight. So you're going to stand for election in the spring of 19,
Yes.
and you're thinking you'll hang on for a couple of years. Then you're going to, okay.
I'm not sure if that long. I'm concerned about redistricting, and with my seniority, that'll help a lot. For the big deal is Hispanic representation, but I might leave before then. Yeah.
There's a significant Chinese population in your ward, isn't there?
No, I only have 3 precincts,
Oh.
but they vote like it was back in the 60s. They're solid with me.
Yeah. So you've got 3 precincts Chinese. Is everything else basically Mexican?
No, that's the other. I put my ward this way strategically. I've got about 10-15% African American in the Abla Homes area. I've got a very solid component from Racine to Morgan of Taylor Street that, I don't know if you know Judge Regina Escanicchio. She lives there, and I've got a very good, and then the West Loop and South Loop are yuppies. They're hard to deal with, but they're not going to go with like the Pilsen Alliance, the guys that put their bandanas and talk about gentrification. So I did it this way so that
There'll be some balance.
yeah, and if you're going to focus on Pilsen and gentrification, that's not going to win.
So in the area from, say, Western to Halsted and along 22nd Street, is that your ward?
Yeah.
Western to Halsted?
Yes, except Halsted is the strip that connects the 11th Ward to University Village, which is the piece I gave up. I don't know if you remember, University Village used to be the International Produce Market.
Yeah.
And I helped, along with the city, to make that University Village. But then, when the last redistricting happened, and I listened to the vision of the mayor, what he wanted to do with the river, I said, I got to pick that up.
Mhm, mhm,
And I did, and I'm very happy that I did.
mhm, mhm.
So I traded University Village to pick up the South Loop along the river. It used to belong to Bob Fioretti, and you remember Bob Fioretti was persona non grata,
Yeah, yeah.
and
right.
so it was not hard for me to pick that up.
Yeah, sure.
And so what I'm trying to say is that the ward I have is good for me.
Yeah.
Small portion of Chinese, small portion of African Americans, a Taylor Street area that I have some history with, and Pilsen. It's and the South Loop and West Loop. So,
Okay. And then St. Ignatius High School's in there.
wow, that's the best. My son's there. John Chandler is fantastic.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but they have about 25 acres of land that they're trying to develop
Around the school?
around the school.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Did you know John?
I know John.
He's a really good guy.
Correct, yeah. I have to call him today on something to try and help something.
Tell him I said hi.
I will, yeah. And I know Father Caruso.
Yeah,
I
good guy.
I like Father Caruso, and I've done trips to Italy with him twice. I went out to dinner with him the other night at Bruna.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh, how's Bruna doing? He's always complaining.
I went in there the other night, or no, I wanted to go, I called. Call wouldn't go through. So I called like 20 times. It wouldn't go through, so I just went there. I said, your phones aren't working. And so 2 days later, I'm back, and his wife is there, and they had set it up where the calls would go to her cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
They can't get the landline going.
Mm-hmm.
So I wind up making a call to one of the lobbyists for AT&T. Hey, get out there and repair the telephone for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But John is the guy that deals with all of the development. That's the guy you got to connect with.
It's St. Ignatius.
It's St. Ignatius.
Okay.
Um,
Didn't a lot of the food produce people locate along Blue Island?
on Pilsen, in the industrial corridor, almost 1,000 acres of TIF, of the industrial corridor, where Western Electric, ComEd used to be. That's been one of the more successful TIFs in the city that has really impacted a neighborhood. And I keep telling the city, you got to braise this up. Instead of them always pointing to downtown TIFs, point at this one.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Does that TIF go all the way out to, say, Western Avenue?
Yes.
Because there's I drive through there. We go to that Bruna quite a bit. It's geographically convenient because two of my daughters live up. Lisa lives on the north side.
Mhm.
Tiffany lives on the north side. We meet them for dinner. So
Ah.
I tell them, I'll take you to dinner. I'll buy the dinner, but you got to go to Bruna because I don't want to go to the north side. I don't want to go north of Addison Street, and it's okay with them. So we're there like Saturday and Sunday night on a weekend.
Ah,
And then I'll
okay.
go there with Andrew in the middle of the week.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We try to have, he and I try to have dinner once a week. We exchange notes. Like I with him last night.
Mm-hmm.
He's on his way to try and pick up an account right now. So it's been a real good relationship with my son. I
Yeah.
have 3 daughters,
Yeah.
1 boy.
And he's pretty good friends with Jack Hines, right?
Okay. All right, so
Whatever you need, Mike,
Yeah.
just call me. This would be fantastic for
I
me.
got it.
Okay.
If you can talk to,
I will. I'll call him today when I get back into. Actually, I meet with Raul a lot.